EGM Network.
This is an Evergreen Media Network production. And now, it's time to put you on the spot with EGM.
Hi, welcome to On the Spot with EGM. I'm Jesse Krisky. Education is on everyone's mind, and here to talk about education locally, specifically the Schoolhouse Anywhere, is Tara Famularo Del Bianco. Hi, Tara. How are you?
Good. I'm good, Jesse. How are you?
Good. It's good to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And also joining us is Nikki Rodriguez, a parent of a student at the Schoolhouse Anywhere. Hi, Nikki. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Jesse.
All right. Great. So, the Schoolhouse Anywhere. Let's start with this. The Schoolhouse. What is the Schoolhouse Anywhere?
So, the Schoolhouse is a micro school for homeschooling children. We meet Monday through Thursday from 9 to 3, and we get together and do a lot of group activities. We use the American Emergent Curriculum, which is this awesome curriculum that incorporates Montessori, Reggio Emilia, project-based learning, Socratic seminar, and a few other pedagogies all together. It's a layered curriculum that has, we're not separating subjects all the time. We're combining them. It's integrated. It's play-based a lot for the younger kids. They are not even realizing that they're doing work because they're learning very hands-on, lots of sensorial materials. We have a full Montessori classroom. Our methods are follow the child. We have a lot of freedom to follow our learners and do what they need or give them what they need from us. It's a really fun, loving, familial environment, and we have a great time.
Well, that sounds great. Okay, so is this a tutoring service? Is it a full-time school? You said it's in conjunction with homeschooling?
Well, yeah, so technically you're homeschooling your child, but we do meet Monday through Thursday, like I said, 9 to 3. So It's not a tutoring service. Okay. We have amazing educators with us. We have kindergarten through 8th grade. Nope, I'm sorry. We used to go through, kindergarten through 6th grade. Right. And we have our lower elementary side, which is kindergarten through 2nd grade. And we have 2 wonderful educators in that room that work with those 25 learners. And then we have our upper elementary side, which is 3rd through 6th grade. And we have 4 educators that work with our learners. 2 of them are part-time. And then we vary throughout the day. We have our workshops. So, for example, on Mondays, we have a chef that joins us for the learners to cook lunch for themselves and partially for the school. We also have our Spanish educator that comes to the school, and they go in small groups over to Spanish to learn the language. On Tuesdays, we have support from Vera Reading Garden, and Miss Heather comes in and she gives some support to our learners that need a little extra help in reading. On Wednesdays, we have a chess class at lunch, our chess club, as well as music, where our learners that are already reading music are learning how to play guitar. Our middle-aged learners are learning how to play the wooden flute, and our younger ones are just enjoying singing and learning what music is all about. And on Thursdays, we have Mr. Adam Connard, who teaches art. He's all over town. I'm sure a lot of you know him. Mm-hmm. And also a lot of you know our chef, which is Chef Sue Torres as well. So they come and throughout the day, they do those different activities. And when they're not in their workshops, they're over back in their classrooms, learning about all different subjects and group activities and independent work. And they get pulled for different lessons. It's really just a dynamic learning experience for our kids.
Wow, it sounds like there's so much going on there. And Yes. It sounds like you have a high educator to student ratio.
We absolutely do. There's a high expectation that we have from our learners too. There's a lot of independence. There's a lot of freedom. We do have high expectations for them to be independent workers, but at the same time, they are getting smaller group lessons based on their ability. So they're not necessarily paired by 1st grade, 2nd grade, although they're grouped because normally they're following different developmental stages at those age groups, but they are getting pulled based on their abilities. So sometimes, for example, my son is way ahead of the game in math. And in reading, he's pretty much at his grade level. So, or where he quote unquote should be at his grade level. Mm-hmm. So for his math, he's doing like 6th grade level math. And so he's paired with other kids who are a little bit more ahead of the game in math. And at reading, when he's pulled for those different lessons, he's paired with those that are at his same reading ability. So nobody's behind or ahead. We just meet them where they're at and foster that growth so that they can continue at their pace that they're ready to continue at.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. And it sounds like that's the positive. That's kind of the, I mean, you're going at your own pace here for kids. And is that what makes the Schoolhouse Anywhere a great place to be?
There's so much that makes the Schoolhouse Anywhere a great place to be. Besides the fact that literally our learners are skipping through the door, we can't get them to go home. We are literally dismissal is yelling out their names to go home, and they won't, and which is my favorite thing. But really, I think there's just a love that we have for them that's so tremendous and genuine. Gosh, I'm going to have Nikki actually talk more about what's so great about it, because she's one of our parents. So, it's something that I created here. My children actually went to the schoolhouse in New York, which when you're ready, I can tell you all about that. But, what makes Nikki? Yeah,
Nikki, you're a parent. Yes. You're shaking your head. Yes, the kids skipping in the door and they don't want to leave. They love it there, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
So I also was a teacher before I am doing what I'm doing now. So I have that public school experience. And part of the reason I love the Schoolhouse Anywhere is because everyone wants to be there. You feel it. So the educators are so dedicated. Tara is an amazing director. It's just the support is incredible. The kids, yes, my kids love going to school. I don't have a problem in the morning. There's no problems. I want to echo what Tara said about meeting them where they're at, which is what's really important for me. Like, my kids aren't sitting at desks for 8 hours a day doing a worksheet. They are doing hands-on activities. They're doing what works for them. Like Cruz last year was doing multiplication in first grade. And he couldn't understand when he had a conversation with somebody else why they hadn't done it and they were in third grade. And I'm like, well, baby, you're just doing what you can. Everybody's different. But it's just such a supportive, inclusive, loving environment. And I feel as a parent so comfortable, supported, like just, I can't even think of all the words, having my children there because I know they're in the best of hands.
It sounds like this is the way education should be.
That's the mission. So there's actually a greater mission behind what we're doing here. So one of the wonderful women that I work with, her name is Mimosa Jones-Tunney, and she's the one who founded the Schoolhouse in New York, and she's the one who wrote the American Emergent Curriculum, along with other educators and aligned with different pedagogies. And so her mission is to change schools in America, bringing them into what they should be, following the child, but also incorporating social and emotional learning. That's another big thing that we do. Not everything is about your academics. Academics are essential and they're important, but we take a lot of time to practice social skills. We assume that every child needs to learn how to do multiplication and division, and they absolutely do, but they also have to learn how to interact with each other.
It's the full child that you're teaching.
Everything is about the whole child. We don't only focus on academic, although that is a big part, but we focus on their social skills, their emotional skills, their health. I mean, we don't allow any artificial colors or flavors in the school. All of the food that we serve and that we have with the children is all organic, locally sourced if possible. We take time out when there's conflict, and there is plenty of time for conflict because there's a lot of interaction and engagement, but it's all positive. We use everything as a learning opportunity. So there's a lot of role playing, especially for our little ones, that when they engage with each other, we pause and we say, hey, how could we have said that better? How did you feel? Like we take those moments with each one of them. We really get to know each and every learner that comes through our space. And we make it a point to do that, which is why we consider ourselves a micro school. We stay small, and that gives us the opportunity to get to know each one. So it really is all about the whole child when you come to us. That's
incredible. And because there is so much more to learning than just academics.
Yes.
But academics are important. Right. And so how if people are, let's say, on the fence, they want to know about your credentials. If I send my kid to public school, I know they can get schooled up for a college. How can you get kids prepared for the next step?
So we actually do that in a few ways. So a little bit about me. I come from New York. That's where I was born and raised. I was actually an attorney in New York. I represented abused and neglected children for over 15 years. My children went to the Schoolhouse in New York, which is the place where everything started. And I adored every ounce of it. There is no screen learning. It's very hands-on. There's marketplace, like farmers markets that they host, which we do as well here in the community, but I loved everything about it. But when my husband and I decided to move to Florida, I connected with the founder of the school. She actually reached out to me I'd gotten to know her over the years that my children went there, and asked if I would consider running a second location in Florida where we moved. Me being me, that wasn't something I was fully comfortable with, because although I'd worked with children for over 15 years, very heavily trained in childhood development, I still didn't know enough about education. So I went back to school and got my degree in Montessori education through AMI training, and then felt comfortable enough to offer this to learners, having worked with the schoolhouse as well for that time while I was in the training program. So what was your question?
So you've got the background. You've got the credentials.
I hope so.
Absolutely. All right. The Schoolhouse Anywhere.
Yes.
All right. We're all very interested. We all want to get a hold of you. How do we do that? How do we contact you?
My number is on the website. You can always call me at 772-269-1050. If I don't answer, it's because I'm with the learners. So just leave a voicemail and I will get back to you. You can always send me an email at tara@theschoolhouse.org. And you can always just visit our website, which is tshanywhere.org, and then look under locations. You'll see the Vero Beach locations. On that website, it explains the curriculum, how we use it, how the program works. Our location incorporates that whole program, but in person, you can always use this program at home if you're seeing it elsewhere. It's a bit flexible that way. When you become a member of the Schoolhouse Anywhere at Vero Beach, you actually have access to the curriculum, and it's full disclosure, so you see exactly what we're learning about as well. No surprises, no hidden agendas, nothing. We actually have a rule at the schoolhouse, and it's no politics, no gossip, and no stress.
Very good. Yep. Real quick,
Yes.
5 seconds. Where is it located in Vero?
Oh, we are on 43rd Street between 16th and 20th.
Brand new place.
Brand new place, whole campus, beautiful campus. We have 2 huge buildings with lovely that we've decorated. You'll see pictures of it on the website, and you're more than welcome. And our Facebook page has loads of pictures. And we have a beautiful outdoor campus as well that we are continuing to improve, building a garden, getting chickens, hatching duck eggs, doing all sorts of fun stuff.
All right. I can't wait to hear more about that next time.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Tara Famularo Del Bianco.
Perfect.
All right. And Nikki Rodriguez, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
All right. Thank you very much. The Schoolhouse Anywhere. We'll see you next time on the Spot with EGM. I'm Jesse Krisky.